just throw on the game. Did a bit of sound testing before, so I alt-tabbed out and tabbed back in again. There we go.
Sega.
Okay. Let's double check that's working, and it's working fine. Yes, it is. Hooray. Welcome back to well, the next part of our little tryst into Rome here. Today we'll be looking at Gaul and Cisalpine Gaul on the tribes that are around the area. So there we go. Hope you all had a good day. I've had a good day so far. Decent day. All going well. Had a very nice dinner. Very good day at work. Now we're back to play some, or to do some Rome. Come on and load. Bloody thing. I mean, I know you're on a hard drive, so it is a lot slower than Thucydides, one of my favourite. Actually, no, he was all right. Thucydides, he wasn't that influential, really. He did codify a lot of what we know about Greek warfare, though. So there you go. So today we'll be moving in this direction, up here, in the Cisalpine Gaulish area, with the Insurbres, the Veneti, and the Ligurians. And Genua becomes Genoa later on. Medlam becomes Milan, and Patavium becomes, I think, Venice later on. Or is it Arminium? I can't remember. Anyway. Velathri becomes what will be known as Florence, around here somewhere. Rome is obviously Rome. Neapolis becomes Naples. Brundisium, I'm not too sure. And Cosentia, I'm not too sure either. Yeah, those are the... Apollonia is still there. Larissa is still there. Athens is still there. Pella is no longer there. It's a shame, really. Could have been, but it's not. It's pretty weird how certain cities have remained into the modern day, and certain ones haven't. For instance, you know, you have Athens is still there because it's a port city, but so is Pella. Pella was a port city as well. That's gone. And then you got somewhere like Antioch, which is a huge port city, absolutely massive, absolutely huge. Gone, completely gone, absolutely completely gone. So yeah, I'd love to research that eventually, and so I think that would be really interesting as a PhD topic to find out why certain cities completely evaporated and went away, and certain ones didn't. Even in Egypt itself, you know, Thebes in Egypt just completely went. Memphis in Egypt completely went, just gone. Alexandria though, still there, although a lot smaller than it used to be. I mean, Sparta, at least with Sparta, you know why that went, because the Spartans lost all relevance, because warfare passed them by. And, what you did get from the Spartans is that they didn't really care that the world was passing them by. You know, they had their little utopia, and they were happy with it, and that was it. They didn't want an empire, they didn't really want to go conquer things, they just wanted to be the biggest, baddest arseholes in the world, and for a long time they were.
At your command.
Actually, no, for a long time that they were kind of, but then the Theban sacred band, which was an army of homosexuals, beat them resoundingly. So, you know, just goes to show, goes to show. Right, anyone want to trade with me now?
For the sake of friendship that has been and...
No, fuck off. Ariday, do you want to trade?
will have me listen to you, but
No, they don't want to trade. That's fine by me. That's fine by me. Be that way.
a token, perhaps a modest gift of coin, would have my people see you in a new light.
I'm not gonna... They're offering to join a war against a ship, basically. No, go away. If you wanted to join me, you should have joined me fucking ages ago, when I could have used you.
All would surely benefit.
I don't want a trade agreement with you, because I'm going to take over your lands pretty soon anyway. There you go, the Ludi Romani. Instituted in the early years of the Roman Republic, the Ludi Romani was a day-long public festival held in honor of Jupiter Optimus Maximus. Jupiter Optimus Maximus was the lead god of the Roman pantheon. Rome essentially got most of its gods, if not all of them, from Greece, and but they were renamed to be more Roman. And in fact, quite a lot of everything that the Romans had was Greek in origin. They wouldn't want to admit that, but that's exactly what it was. Even Romulus and Remus, who are the twins who founded Rome, who are, in legend, they founded Rome, were the grandsons of Aeneas. Aeneas actually fled the siege of Troy and the destruction of Troy. So he was actually a Trojan, not a Greek, but still. So there you go. The celebrations began with a grand procession from the Temple of Jupiter to the Circus Maximus, where animal sacrifices will be offered in Jupiter's name. The rest of the day was devoted to chariot races, which means skilled athletes. A dangerous and thrilling sport, which rapidly became an obsessive passion for the people of Rome. Over the next 4 centuries, Rome prepared for the Ludi Romani grew into many days of feasting, celebration and games, and later came to incorporate theatre, dance, and other forms of entertainment. By the time the Republic gave way to the days of the Empire, there were a number of regular Ludi held throughout the year, and the Ludi Romani had expanded into a 15-day extravaganza. Cool. Excellent. So, with things like that, as I said before, Rome mainly got most of its cultural influence from Greece. Now that was for many reasons, and the main reason I think is because Rome was always obsessed with proving its legitimacy, with proving the fact that it deserved to be there, that it deserved to be the inheritor of the entire world, basically. When Augustus was first in coming to the throne as the first emperor, he had Livy pen the Aeneid, which is basically Rome's answer to the Odyssey and the Iliad. The Odyssey and the Iliad were, of course, the two main Greek legendary myths that they based their entire philosophy on. Their entire way of life, their entire subject of honour was based on the Iliad and Achilles choosing to die, choosing to go to Troy even though he knew he would die there, but he chose to live and die gloriously than to lead a long and happy life. So, I mean, obviously there are exceptions. Greeks didn't always act that way, but the Romans, seeking legitimacy, took nearly everything Greece had and turned it into Roman stuff. A genius move, really, and I think that's why Augustus was so successful in being the first emperor. It's because he understood what Rome was. You know, it's like that scene in the Gladiator, one of my favourite scenes, where they don't like, they're talking about not liking Commodus, and Falco says, "I think he knows what Rome is. You know, Rome's the mob. That's all it is. It's a lot of people that you need to keep happy, and they like, what do people like? They like glory. They like feeling safe. They like bad things happening to other people, because in the life of a Roman is very short, very violent, and very full of shit. But if you can see that happening to other people, you can sort of raise yourself above it. And so the Romans were very adept, and Augustus was probably the best Roman for taking that, for basically taking things that weren't his and making them his own. All of the victories of his generals, for instance, Marcus Agrippa, were all taken and given credit towards Augustus, even though he had nothing to do with them. You know, he paid for the armies. That's pretty much what he did. You know, in the Aeneid, you know, him and his family are given. You know, there is a procession in the Aeneid, in the underworld, of all of the great heroes of Greece, like all of the great, you know, Achilles and Hector and well, Hector was Trojan, but Achilles and Hector and all the rest. You know, Castor and Pollux and all the rest of them, all marching. And at the very end of that procession are the people who are new, who are the people who are inheriting the world, and Julius Caesar's there, who's dead by this time. Julius Caesar's there, and Marius is there, and of course, right at the back is Augustus and his family. So you can see that link between Rome and Greece all the way through, really. Anyway, I should probably start playing the fucking game, to be honest with you. But it's just interesting to think about. Very interesting to think about how culture mirrors, you know, because it does in this age, in this age, it really does. It mirrors, and yeah.
Commander.
He is going to be a warrior, I think.
We hunger for battle.
He is going to be a city governor, and you are going to be a commander. So we'll have authority, and we will have proven leader. There we go. And I think we will bring you back over to Italy, where you can start training more troops.
March.
There we go. We will exempt this place from taxes for now, because it will make sure that they can keep their morale up. The early game of Rome, in Rome, is basically managing how much you can get away with a small army.
Steady as we go.
Like for me, it's all about, well, just that, managing what you can do with one legion, one main legion. That's what I always do. I always try to manage with one single legion.
What do you wish of me?
Absolutely nothing, my dear. You can. Now, unlike in real life, when I'm Rome, at the start of my game, as I'm consolidating Italy, I like to keep the Carthaginians on side. Like, I like to make sure that they are, you know, well looked after, that they're not attacking me. Unlike the real Romans, who didn't give a flying fuck, they just absolutely smashed them to bits. We will go over the Punic Wars eventually when I go to war with Carthage, because I think that'll be a really good time to go over the Punic Wars. Etruscan League is no more. Well, we knew that. Okay.
It is an honor to serve. Leaving the ship.
Right. Recruit units. And we can get rid of some of our starty now. Because we're going to have an actual legionary army of veterans.
Fight for Rome.
Equites as well. 4 of those. And another Triori. There we go. 2 turns and we'll have a full legionary army. Exactly how it used to be. So if you see,
At your
actually when we get them into combat, that's when I'll show you how the legion works, how it used to work before Marius took them over. Because before Marius, as I said in the last session, Rome was an army made up of people who had land. If you didn't have land, or you weren't able to pay for your own weapons and armour, you weren't a part of the army. That was it. It was just, you know, every single citizen who could own land was drafted into the army in times of strife. Whereas after Marius, Rome essentially created, or he created, the very first professional army. Not the very first. In fact, no, that's unfair. The Macedonians created one of the first, and I don't really want to go on record as saying who was the first professional army. Macedon was very early, when Philip II, was it Philip III? Ah, that doesn't matter. Philip II, Alexander's dad, created a professional army that Alexander then inherited. But Rome was essentially the first, how do I put it, famous statewide professional army. Like, you're not fighting for glory. The Gauls fight for glory. You fight for pay. And you want to get the battle over in time for lunch. You can have a bloody good spot of wine. And the way you do something like that is that you are as professional as humanly possible. Professional soldiers are always the most dangerous of soldiers. Simply because they know the business. And, you know, Romans were not trained as warriors. They weren't trained as swordsmen. Not really. Roman swordsmen were very rare on the battlefield. Romans were butchers. Romans were soldiers. Romans were there to kill you as quickly as humanly possible so that they could get the trenches dug, get the walls up, and have a nice sleep. Because they were there for the pay. They weren't there for glory or anything like that. They were there for the pay. And in later years, yes, you know, they would have been there for glory. They would have been there for being, you know, the glory of their patron, their general. You know, but in reality,
At your command.
you know, they were there for pay. So, the Legio 1 Primigenia, and our main character here, Sporus Norbanus Canis, is going to lead an attack on these 3 up here. I think the first one we're going to go after is Genua, because they have a big, massive army in there. And Medlan has taken over Genua, which is very, very, very good and bad for me. Bad because they have more land and more money to raise more troops, so we need to get up there pretty quickly to destroy them. But good, because they wasted some men trying to take this town over, because the people here, can't remember what the name was, but they had quite a lot of men in there. So that was a big battle they just fought there. So they won't be prepared for a legion of finely trained men to come down on them, which is good. So let's have a little look down here. What's down here? Nothing. Okay, okay. That's good, that's good. So we'll go there. We'll do our thing.
A treaty between us would please the gods and give our enemies much to think about. Well?
Okay. I don't want Greece, so that's fine. Not for now, anyway. In the old game...
One sacrifice is needed on the altar of our goodwill.
I'm not giving you 1,500 fucking gold. Go away. They are right on my doorstep, but they've got Carthage to contend with, the Syracusians, so that's fine. Yeah, unlike the old game, in Rome 1, Greece was a gold mine. If you were able to get the Aegean Sea, as in both sides of it, you would rake in the cash all throughout the game. It was just a complete gold mine. Not so much anymore. It's very well off, but the main places you want to go are actually historically accurate places, like Spain, where all of the money is. That's where we're going next after this. But for now,
Commander.
let's do this.
Power before Rome. Laying siege to the settlement.
Okay. Let's assault. The Battle of Genua. Wait for a bit. And wait still, I want rain. Yes! They're the ones with the main skirmishing threat, by the way, if you're wondering why I did rain. So, Roman Legion. Have they done it right? Yes, they have, look at that. So the Roman Legion was split into 3 lines back in the day. This is before Marius. This is what we would call a pre-Marian Legion. So in the front, you have the youngest men, they're Astarte. Now these are troops that we were using last time. And these are young citizens of Rome, able to pay for their own armour, but they don't have very much money, so they've only got little straps of bronze on the front of tunics, with swords and shields. They're the poorest men and the youngest men. Not really men of quality, but still citizens of Rome. In the back, behind them are the veterans, and these are men who can afford chainmail. And they also have shields, and they also have swords. Much heavier infantry. They're very heavy melee infantry, actually. They're a big wall of swords, and they are mainly men of richer rank who can afford better equipment, and in the prime of their life. So these are what the Romans would term the prime of their life, in their 30s to 40s and maybe even late 40s. Many 30s. And in the back row are men who didn't really do that much fighting unless things became really dire. These are the Triarii, and they are the crack troops of the Marian Legion. They are the oldest men, the veterans of many conflicts and wars. These are men who can afford the best armour, or have been gifted the best armour from the state for exemplary service. And these are men with the most land as well, or some of the most land. They have chainmail, they have big broad shields, they have spears, stabbing spears as well. So these men hold the back rank and hardly ever fight. But they would do sometimes. And then you have the richest men in the army, the Equites, or the Knights. Now, the Equites can afford horses, and armour, and spears, and chainmail. So these are men who are the landed gentry. These are men who actually have land, quite a bit of land. And when they're fighting in the Roman army, they are part of the Equites. These are men who you may even term as senators. There'll probably be a few senators in here, if this is realistic. And of course, you got the man himself, Spurius Norbanus Canis. Now this armour that you see here is not armour that would have been in this time period right now. This is a later style of armour, but as I said before, I have a mod that gives me a few more units here and there. It gives every faction more units. And yeah, it hasn't really timed these in properly because they're a general's unit, but they're wearing the wrong kind of armour. This armour it's called the Lorica Segmentum, and I will go over it in later episodes, because it's not what they used at this time. So there you go. So I'm going to keep my... Oh, and the poorest men in the Legion, the absolute poorest, the Velites. But we don't talk about them. They wear dogs' heads helmets in battle, so that all of the commanders back here can pick them out. And if any of them are being particularly brave, they can earn a promotion into the back ranks. There you go. So there you go. Poor sods. So, let's group these together. And we will put them here. Equites up there. Equites up there. And we'll start the battle.
Sons of Mars! Those walls will not look tall when we are within them, and lay waste to their precious homes. Advance at speed!
Most of their men are coming there. Who are these? Very heavy cavalry. Okay, well, come over here then.
General! Roma Invicta! Proud Romans all! Engage!
So they're gonna smash that.
Fire! Wait! Wait! I'll give them death!
How are they winning? There we go. That's a bloody shame. Terrified me for a minute there. Right, let's send in the first wave.
Jupiter gives us strength! Astarte! Jupiter gives us strength! Legionary cavalry! By your command! For the gods!
Fucking die. There we go. Devastated one of my cavalry units, though. Shit. And let one of my cavalry units be caught by bloody spearmen there. That is a rookie mistake. Rookie mistake. Being very clever, is in the keeping men back to have a go at me on that side. So what I'm going to do is take my Evocati units from here. I'm going to try and smash into them over here. Just around here somewhere. Winning decisively in the middle. Oh, jeez. I'm trying to break out on there. So we'll commit our Principes now.
Sons of Mars, forward! At your service.
Okay.
Advance! Riders, advance!
Just made them rout a little bit.
Speed!
Haven't committed the Chiaria yet. Oh, see him get gutted there. See one of them get gutted. Oh, Jesus. Good jeez, Moon Joseph. I love that.
Principes! For glory! Legionary cavalry! Advance at speed!
Right, now it's time to send in the big guns.
General! Equities!
Send in the Evocati to disrupt his slingers, so they can't fire as much at me.
Forward!
There we go. Should all be fleeing away now.
General! Engage!
Let's get down there, wrap it all up.
Yes, riders!
Wrap it up.
Advance! Equities! Take fire on the enemy!
We're in now, got them surrounded on all sides, so we should be able to wrap this up pretty easily now.
Take those! Fire! Principes!
There we go. He's killing this general's unit. It's bowling them over as they run away. Bang. There we go. With that, claim a decisive victory. And that was their main army. So hopefully that means we can wrap up the rest of this war pretty quickly. Yeah, if we can do that, that's going to be huge for us. Yeah, look, the Triari were only in the battle for a minute and they got 200 odd kills. Amazing. Good.
We hunger
Occupy. We can knock all this stuff down. Or at least turn it into Roman stuff.
At your command.
We can sit here for now.
Ready for battle.
Inexorable conquerors. But yeah, this city is now completely undefended, so we'll march in there next turn. And then, what I want my spy to do is to go over to the Veneti and see what they've got. So I might be able to sweep down there after just a few turns of healing. So quite well. It can be quite tricky going up for these three cities here. Especially if you've done it too late and you give them time to build up.
I dare not ask much for my people. Only a single payment to replenish our sadly diminished coffers.
Yeah, go on. Why not? Yeah, it's 1,000, and it's a military alliance, so it's quite big. Quite a big thing they give me there. Means if we get attacked, they are automatically at war with them, which is pretty big, because Rome is all about getting attacked. Yeah, they're raising armies already, so we need to get up there pretty quickly. Let's get rid of this.
Let them cower before Rome.
Let's get rid of this. Yeah, we're gonna auto resolve this. This is just a bunch of fucking plebs, and so be aggressive. Get rid of it. Let's get it. And the Insurbays are no more. So the Insurbays had the best turn of their lives by taking Genua, and then they were immediately crushed. We'll build an amphitheatre. Yes. We shall build a garrison up there as well. Cool. I want you to go down here. Just have a little look. Oh, there's nothing here. Well, I guess that'll be getting taken next turn. Well, this is all melted away. One massive victory in Genoa, and that's all melted away. Well, it's good. I guess it's good. It's good. Let's leave it for another turn. It's great. I'm not complaining. Oh, there's a massive Carthaginian army there. Hope they're not coming towards me. Bet fucking hadn't be.
One sacrifice is needed on the altar of our goodwill. I speak of gold, of course.
Okay. Yeah, we can start building up alliances in that end of the spectrum. We don't really need to worry about, you know... people having a go at us all the time. So we will declare war on the Veneti. They have no allies. Oh, they've got a lot of land. Actually, they've got a lot of land. They have this land here as well, which we don't really want. We don't want this. Yeah, we don't want that. You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, we'll go for it. That's fine. I'm thinking, well, as soon as we get rid of this. Like we just straight up kicks him in the balls. Yeah, if we get rid of that, then that should take away their economic power. So he should, I say should, be doing quite well here now. We'll do that. Do that. And we'll do that. And we will also do that. Oh, they got two up here. They got Noria, which we don't want as well, and Ayada, which we don't want either.
How can I be of
So,
assistance? I will watch.
Ready for battle.
so we'll sit on these three, I think, for now. We'll sit on these three. Oh wow, Masali is gonna go. Okay. No wonder Steady was struggling. Yeah, we'll sit on these three cities and build them up. They are, if you can see the difference in architecture, that is barbarian. Well, barbarian, you know what I mean. Gaulish, Celtic. And it goes, we convert it to this, which is what we want. So, yeah, we'll sit on this for a little while and make sure that everything's kosher, everything's fine. And, we will have a market settlement in Geneva, and we will have a harbour there as well. So we have Italy. Which is good, which is excellent. That's what we wanted. We're ahead of schedule in the game, which is nice. Okay, so let's go up there. Oh, there's an army here that we can fight in the open. That never happens in this game. Excellent. What I'm going to do, possess Alpine Gaul, is drop that down. Doesn't really help. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to go fight that army. I can't not fight that army because it's right there. So, can anything else be built down here? Yes, it can. Excellent. We will build that. We'll build that. We'll build Neapolis. So we'll build. We want some more food there, I think. What's our public order like? 10. Yeah, we'll have some more food there. Yeah, I'll have some more food. Neptune as well. Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, we're gonna head up here. And we're gonna take this army on.
Commander.
Please fight me in the field. It'd be so cool. Yes. So it's in my favour because I'm attacking, but we'll see, I guess. Got a lot of spearmen. Okay, I'm happy with that. Oh, they're on a hill. What a fucking surprise. You'll find the AI does this, folks. It gives itself fucking ridiculous marked advantages in terrain. Oh, so look at me. Oh, silly me. I appear to be on a hill. It's like, yeah, okay, right.
As you were.
Okay, let's go.
This is the kind of battle that I like. Enemies ready to be trussed and stuffed like plump geese.
Oh, he's running off the hill. I commend you. I commend you, AI. Well done. Oh, never mind. No, no, he stopped. Stopped. He's got the high ground, so he's going to just sit on it. Yeah, I don't blame the AI. That's what you should do, but starting the battle... I've always said in Total War games you should have to take terrain like this, and then run up there. You shouldn't just fucking start the battle on there. It's a bit bullshit, that. Anyway. Let's try and... One of the main advantages is their slingers. Let's try and get their slingers down a little bit. Even if it costs me a bit of cav. Let's try and get their slingers down. And we'll try and throw some spears at them as well. Once we do that. What do they have behind there? Levy Freeman. Yeah, we should be fine. We should be fine. Especially if we come over the woods here. They're not going to see this cavalry till it's too late because they're over the ridge. See? They're not going to see that cavalry till it's too late.
Equities! Orders understood! Ready!
Now they've seen him.
Equities! Engage!
Too late.
Charge! Swift riders at your command. Equities!
All of your slingers belong to tribal. And whilst that's going on, let's order our cavalry, let's order our infantry forward. Cheer 'em up. And pull the cav back now. They're fully engaged with spearmen, we don't want that, so... Fucking charge, get in there.
Principes! On advance!
Now I'm hoping to bog down his spear units so I can swing around here with my cavalry and smack him. Smack him right in the ghoulies. You know, we're winded at the moment because they don't want to come off this fucking hill. And we gotta run because they've got so many fucking slingers. Here we go. Oh! Oh! In they go. Go on, lads. Fuck them up. Notice we're doing what the Legion used to do. Send in all your lads. And then keep the Triori in reserve. Just to... It's time to send the Triori in. I'm going to send all of them in a fucking wedge straight at their general. He's an Oathsworn unit. Oathsworn are fucking horrible. Bloody good troops, but they're fucking horrible to fight against, I'm telling you. Encircling them now. Should be game set match.
Principes! Jupiter gives us strength!
Yep, should be it now.
Melee infantry!
Sounded on all sides. Look at that. Fucking beautiful.
Principes!
Look at these guys fighting to get out and they can't. It's getting absolutely butchered. And their general's now being charged by all of my Triori.
Legionary cavalry! Astarte, your orders! Advance! Legionary cavalry! Quickly, now! Back, withdraw!
One of my Equites is running away. That's fine, that's fine.
Engage! Fire on the enemy! And charge!
Got him. Continue the battle. We need to run down as many of these as we can.
Equities! Men of it! For glory!
Yeah, we need to really, really, really cripple the Veneti forces here as they're running away. We need to gobble them up. Okay. Yeah, we killed a fair few of them there, so I'm happy with that. They decimated our cav though, but that's because they got so many spearmen. That army's basically made to kill cavalry. But the cavalry did its job. It kept their slingers occupied whilst the rest of the army marched up and formed up. And yeah, very happy with that.
You have further orders? March!
May as well just finish off this
Ready for battle! Wipe them
force.
out! Oh, yeah. On the move! At your command. Set up the watch.
So I'm gonna
Moving, you wretches.
get back there pretty quickly.
We hunger for battle.
I'm gonna proven leader, a relentless attacker. There we go. And this looks like it's going poorly, but in a turn, most of our stuff will be built, so we'll start getting some nice stuff there. They're taking Iada back, that's good. So Veneti, all we need to do now is get the Veneti to agree to be on peace terms with us, and we'll be happy.
My time is better spent feasting and hunting than listening. So be quick with your chattering.
For the good of my people, I say yes. But I would have had more from our talk.
Good. Now I can go and get trade with people.
Be
with them.
welcome. If I can give you a fair answer, you will have it. I accept.
Galatia.
You are welcome, although my ancestors...
Egypt
In
want
the
to trade
name
yet?
of Pharaoh, Lord of Light and... Now
Yeah.
that all is said, I will speak for Pharaoh, Horus Reborn, and give thanks for this agreement.
Grain for us. Hooray.
Well met, friend.
We don't want to trade with them because we're going to be conquering them pretty soon. The Dalmatai, though,
Greetings to you. I
we'll
trust
definitely
you come
trade with them.
By all the gods, your word hoard is golden truth. I agree with my heart and tongue to all you say.
For the sake of friendship that has been, and you
Wow.
speak with wisdom and grace. We accept and embrace your offer.
Even Athens want to trade with us.
You are welcome, although you're good. Well, no. We see little gain in trade between our peoples.
Cool. So if we have a big fucking revolt here, at least we have an army there that can take them on. And we're raking in the cash as well. We're absolutely raking in the cash.
Breaking a man is easy. Breaking his spirit, less so. Even kept in darkness, A man may look to break his bonds, seek revenge.
Love how they're looking around like not seen daylight before. Well, time to kill them. Thing is, as soon as you put them down, we should have.
My people can only dream.
No, I don't want military access. Thanks. There was a massive slave army there. Jesus. Okay.
Victory for Rome! Ready for orders.
Bloody massive army of slaves, that. What do we have? Well, they've got quite a lot. Mainly Celtic tribesmen, though, so we should be fine, really. A distant member of the family is said to have a pet eagle. The bird came to the boy and perched on his right shoulder, a sign of pure greatness. I'm gonna adopt him. Why not? Why not? If the eagle likes you, you know.
We would be forever in your debt if you ordered your worthy generals to act against these monsters.
Who are they? Jagania? Sure. Don't know who they are, it's fine.
Commander.
Right, we will end the session with an attack on those slaves. You're making a lot of money at the moment. We have a fleet over here. Alright. So, let's do this.
To battle!
Oh, they don't want to fight me.
Advance.
Too bad.
The cowards.
Kill them. Oh, they're only half strength. Look at that. Each of their units has suffered attrition. Yeah. That must be because they just appear and then they have to recruit them from the countryside. So if we smash them now and put this revolt down really quickly, we can make sure there's peace in the region for all time, really. I mean, I think we've been a victim of our own successes here, because normally with this, yeah, we want fog. And normally with this, if you take your time coming up here, or if it takes you quite a long time... Oh, look at that. Look at... It's giving itself the high ground again. Look at that. Look at that. Ridiculous. Anyway. If you take your time coming up here and conquering the Cisalpine Gaul, this doesn't happen. And because we were that successful, we took that much land that much quickly, then it, essentially... He has a definite cavalry advantage, and I'm gonna negate that by putting my cavalry on one wing and my Triarii on the other wing, who are essentially cavalry killers. They'll murder any cavalry that they come across. So there we go.
Double time! Troop disbanded! Quick march! General! Men of Italia!
I'm going to try and tempt him into coming off the ridge, these slaves. If his cavalry come down here to attack me, then my Triarii can come out and kill them. If his cavalry come down there, I'm quite confident that I can swamp him with my cavalry and kill him. And hopefully these trees will give me some cover against this mass of fucking... Oh, no, he's moving.
For Rome! Tribunus!
I'm going to try and tempt him into coming forward. He's just being a coward, not moving.
Ready for duty! For Rome! Happy to serve Rome!
Let's get marching.
Legionary cavalry! Happy to serve Rome!
I'm trying to tempt him into doing something.
We obey!
There we go.
Forward! Minders at the double!
Okay. Get in there.
Advance! Missile infantry! Fire! Engage! Waiting! For glory!
They're losing. Good, good, good. Normally I'd send my general down here to take these out, but there's too many of them. So if there's not enough room, you know what I mean? As soon as he takes on one of these units, they're going to be swamped by a load of others, basically.
General! Advance at speed! Look forward! Understood!
Should have him now. Yep, there we go. Enemy general's dead. That should be the end of that.
General!
Thing is,
Forward!
I need enough of these guys dead to basically make sure
Equities! For glory!
that they're not going to come back. I don't want to be chasing them across this Alpine goal. You know what I mean?
Equities! For glory! Proud Romans all!
There we go. Chasing them all down. It's clearing them up off the field. This is definitely a legion that needs a rest, I'd say. Yeah, so they got like 200 men left. That should be that. That should be that, really. Look at that. They got nothing left. Let's be honest. Kill him.
Is that all? At once!
Yeah, we're gonna have to fucking chase him down, aren't we? Fuck.
Destroy them! Make haste, men!
Some men are born to lead. Others are destined to kneel before their masters.
Back in you go.
We hunger for battle. Set up the watch. Faster! Curse you all! At your command.
Go. Nice.
Ready for battle.
That should be all's pretty much good for now. Oh, Massalia survived. Look at that. So in the next session, we're going to be laying the groundwork for... Sorry, 1 second. There you go. A triumph. For Spurius Norbanus Canis. There we go. So a triumph when a conquering general would return to Rome. Sometimes he would be granted a triumph, which means he and his men are allowed to camp outside the walls and then enter the city in a big parade. The general would have his face painted red, so he looked like Jupiter. And a slave would always whisper in his ear as he goes along, and the whole city gives him adulation, that he was mortal and that he shouldn't be getting over proud. It was a fantastic honour, and actually it was quite a taboo for a Roman general to have a triumph if he got a victory over other Romans. But, you know, rules change. That's it for this session. We are holding all of Italy now, and all of Cisalpine Gaul, which is good. We got a lot of money spinners. Their culture will steadily come to being Roman. And so, now we have a really good timer. By the time these cities are Roman, by the time they're not Celtic anymore, our army should be ready and built to invade Spain. And on our next session, we're going to talk about Spain. We're going to talk about ancient Spain. We're going to talk about who ruled ancient Spain and what happened there, and what it was famous for back in the day. Then after that, we'll start with the Punic Wars. Rome versus Carthage. So until then, I'll see you very soon.